Hey, Coach Wilcoxon here, coming to you on Monday. Monday is the thought of the week that we've been doing on our mental aspect of baseball. We talked about kind of the intro to what we were going to talk about, mental aspects of baseball. Then we got into the power of verbal, how impactful when you say things out loud, how much stronger they are as opposed to thinking them. So today we're going to talk about visualization. I also want to do my recap of the Splinterfest, which I went to the Desert Ridge host site this weekend. So I only watched those 5 teams. One of the teams I didn't see as much, but we'll go over that here in a little bit. But let's start with the visualization. Big, huge fan of visualization. I started in about ninth grade. My English teacher was also assistant baseball coach, and he was very big on it. He always, I mean, it's like every day of practice. Winners see what they want to see happen. They see what they want to make happen. They see it beforehand, and that's what visualization is. Another good quote I love is visualization is daydreaming with a purpose. Very cool. The book I'm reading, It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Moawad. He's got a good quote that says, nothing is impossible if we can see it first in our mind. So again, we have to see it first. So we see ourselves throwing that complete game, 2-hitter, being crafty, or if we're a different type of pitcher, we see ourselves striking out the side, or if we're a closer, or if we're a hitter, or just middle infielder making plays, we see ourselves doing it before the game starts, maybe the night before, maybe the day. Yes, when we're at school and if the teacher asks, what are you doing? Say, I'm daydreaming with the purpose, right? I'll leave you with one cool story, then we'll go on to the Splinterfest recap. But Major James Nesmith, now this could be urban legend, which a lot of stories are. One of my favorite, we don't know. That's the cool part, is we don't know if it's true or not, but he's got a name. He was a 7-year POW from Vietnam. He was a prisoner of war, if you guys don't know what POW means. So he was held captive for 7 years. He was a hack golfer, but one of those weekend avid golfers that went out every weekend and golfed. And apparently he was shot down during the war. They got him, held him captive for 7 years. And while he was held captive, he played his local course in his brain every day. Now, let's start off by saying I think the best round he'd ever shot was a 93. But for 7 years, and maybe it was 6 years, but just about every day, he played that course in his brain because he'd played it so much growing up, his hometown. He remembered every dog leg and every par 3, every par 5. So he played that round in his head every day. And the cool part is he talked about playing different weather conditions. So one day it might be sunny and warm and they're wearing short sleeves. The next time he's playing the round, it could be raining and cold. But he also had different playing partners. So friends from back home, maybe friends from the service or whatever. So he mixed it up so it wasn't monotonous. Very cool, though. So he gets back. Legend has it, he gets back after 7 years, and of course does the whole family thing and hugging and kissing and relaxing, and decides to go play that course. And legend has it he shot a 74. So 19 shots off his personal best just by visualizing it. And we all know how powerful our brains are, but we don't use them. We need to see ourselves succeeding. If we can't see ourselves doing it, we're not going to do it, right? So visualize, guys. Take your time. I mean, look it up. Just Google visualization. Google quotes on it. Look at the power of it and do it in the morning. Do it at night. I played a lot of competitive tennis when I was really young, and I just remember going to bed at night playing Jimmy Connors in the U.S. Open, or I was playing golf in the U.S. Open. It was always something that I did. My mom was a school teacher, so maybe that kind of trained me to do that stuff too. But visualize, see yourself being great, and you'll be great. I promise it works. Splinterfest, really good baseball. I saw this last weekend at Desert Ridge. certain players stood out, and I'll go over them. But what I did take away from the 5 teams, there was Desert Ridge, Desert Ridge, Red Mountain, Gilbert Perry, and Desert Vista. So I didn't see Desert Vista play that much. I saw them play real quick 1 inning on Friday around noon, and I had to leave, but they had scored quite a few runs, but there was a lot of errors in that inning. But I did like the first 3 batters. I don't know their names, but they looked good. They had a lot of energy. I do like that. Just from the brief time I saw them, they probably had the most energy of any dugout that I saw, which really impresses me. I'm not a big, rah-rah guy, but it's a different type of energy that I like, and they had it. But some standouts. Matthew Peterson was playing shortstop for Red Mountain, and he's tearing the cover off the ball. Plays solid defense. Don't know if he'll play short or second. Jake Gurrell had a prior obligation, so he wasn't playing on Saturday or Friday, I guess. But Matthew Peterson looked really good. Logan Carney looked very good. All these guys are committed already. Kate Olson had some good outings. They might have one of the best infields in the East Valley with Kate and Jake and Matthew, and great catching. They're very deep. It's a deep team. Good arms, very good defensively, and real good at the plate. So Red Mountain is a team to watch, definitely. But I want to give a shout out to those individuals. Also, there was Hagen got hurt. Hagen got hit by a pitch in the helmet. But I know Maddox is there, Loeria. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But so, yeah, again, they got good arms. And we'll talk about some freshman arms here in a minute. Perry, I was real impressed with shortstop Ethan Miller, and looked good up the middle. Looked like a leader. I think he's a transfer, I guess, from Colorado. Good at the plate. Looks like he's probably their 1-hole guy, maybe their 2-hole guy. Real impressed with him. Luke Calindo, which I posted, hitting a home run. He's been tearing the cover off the ball. He looks real good in the box. Perry's always there. They're always a team to reckon with. So those 2 guys look really good for Perry. D. Ridge, Cooper Sobek, Logan Spetz, of course, sophomore Carter McCannis. He's going to ASU. He committed last April. Another good sneaky team. I don't know if they're as deep as Red Mountain, but sneaky. Very well coached. Love the energy that Coach Ponce brings to the table. So fun team, fun environment. That's why they got to host it. Good field, good facilities. Gilbert High School, Grant Goodman looks like a dude. He's a junior. He had a home run as well. Justin Park, 6'6", lefty. I think he's hitting somewhere in the low 90s, which is nice. He's a presence. Drew Johnson just got done playing football, but he can swing it at first base. He's a lefty. So he's a solid stick. But let's get to these freshman pitchers, man. Every year, it just amazes me how you see how good and young these guys coming up are. I remember it watching kind of like after the whole Tiger storm of Tiger Woods and golf, all these young guys came out, the Jordan Spieths, the Justin Thomases, all these guys were coming out at 19, 20, 21, and they're just fearless. And then you start seeing it with quarterbacks in the NFL. When I was growing up, you sat 2 or 3 years on the sidelines before you started. These guys are thrown to the fire right away and breaking records. And, they're just, I think with all the personal training, the sports science that we have out there, and in the competition that these guys are playing very elite tournaments against elite athletes at a young age gets them prepared. But I'll tell you, Brock Reichwein of Perry, he looks like he's about 6'10", because he's so skinny, but lefty, he's got to be 6'3", 6'4", unless he's just he's thin, but that's a good thing. He'll grow into it. Man, he looks like a dude, and like he's the guy you go, okay, give me 2 or 3 years with this guy. Let's see what happens. Put some weight on him. Super impressed with what he did. And then maybe even more impressed was Dylan Keith. What I liked about Dylan is he's a tall, lean guy. He just looks like the cool customer, man. Like he's been there, done that. A lot of poise. Like, I mean, I'm sitting there going, these kids are 15 years old. I mean, some of them, they might be 14, but between Brock Reichwein and Dylan Keith, uh, man, I couldn't believe that they were freshmen. So real excited to watch those guys. Again, Brock's at Perry, Dylan's at Red Mountain. Uh, Man, to see those guys face each other next 4 years, that's going to be fun. And yeah, they're legit arms. There was a gun there, but again, you're talking 15 years old, and they were hitting, low 80s and with movement. Man, Dylan's ball moved, late movement, uh, tailing fastball, cutter, curveball. Brock had a big sweeper, great fastball. Just real impressed with those two guys. So that was my recap on Splinterfest. It was awesome. So you guys can get this. It'll be on YouTube, obviously, but please like us on Instagram, like us on X, and all the other social media platforms that we're on. Please comment if you want to, but have a great week. We're getting into good holiday season, some nice football season, and getting ready for next year. Also, we're going to try to put that All-Star game on. We're hoping to do Phoenix College now, January 13th, which is a Saturday. I'll get you more information on that as soon as I talk to the head coach with PC Bears, and hopefully we can make that happen. If not, we'll aim for it next year. Maybe do it more early in the fall when you guys get back to school. But Bloodline does want to get a team together for December 9th. It's the December Classic, which will be probably at Red Mountain Sports Complex. Try to get an 18U team put together. Hopefully some of these kids that I mentioned would like to play with us. And we'll just go out there and have a fun time for a weekend and get ready for Christmas and take the rest of the month off and get ready for exciting 2024. So again, like us, follow us, all that good stuff, and DM us with any questions, and we'll go from there. Have a great week. Take care.